Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Kat's Cooking Kitchen, where you can find us on Facebook or YouTube and check out our videos. We've got lots of different kinds of recipes. We got sweet recipes, we got savory recipes, and we have low-cal and low-carb recipes. Some of the low-carb or even keto recipes for you all that are doing keto. But today is not a low-carb or low-carb day. What I'm doing today is I've been trying to figure out something I could do with some puff pastry I bought at the store, intending to use it for something else, and I didn't get around to doing that. So I need to get it used up. And if you saw my video yesterday, you saw where I promised you spaghetti and meatball dinner tonight. Well, we got invited out to dinner, so there's no spaghetti tonight. Meatballs are done, if you saw that video. They're ready, and so tomorrow night, on Thursday, will be our spaghetti and meatball night. I'll probably even make my husband a few pieces of the Show Lounge, the famous garlic toast from the Show Lounge days when my parents and his brother, so my mom and dad, my aunt and uncle, owned a restaurant for 25 years. It's a very, very good restaurant. It's been closed for more than 30 years now. And believe it or not, people still talk about it and talk about how they miss it. So that's kind of a really nice thing to have it be remembered like that. It was really something. Now I almost forgot to put my apron on today, and I'm probably going to need it. As you can see, it says, "Don't be afraid to take a whisk." So I love these. I found them on Amazon. And what's funny is I was watching a Brenda Gant video today, and I have another one that says something about baking. What is it? Bake what you make it, or make, I don't know, it's a cute little saying on that one too. I just can't remember exactly what it was. And she was wearing the exact same apron, so I thought that was pretty cool. Of course, she probably had one of her many followers send her that. So what we have to do to start is roll out our puff pastry on a little bit of flour. I put some parchment paper down instead of rolling it straight onto my board. And my husband was helping me clean out cabinets and stuff the other day, and he didn't tell me he moved my rolling pins. And since I have no idea where my rolling pins are, this is sticking. There we go. I have a little bitty one that I used to roll pizza dough with, so I think it'll work just fine. And I don't know why this is so sticky. But I've never really worked with puff pastry, so maybe it's just like that when you thaw it out. Okay. That. Some flour from when they made it. Now, I'm not sure the best way to tackle this little puppy, but here we go. I've never done this, so let's all learn together. But it says to roll it out into a rather good-sized rectangle. I'm going to try and make it as even as I can. And I think that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to move this one make it the top one. We're going to cover one with the other. I guess it helps if you're hungry. Kind of awakens your taste buds to something, because I was thinking pizza sounded good. And I thought of the puff pastry in there, and I thought, you know, have you seen them? They do all kinds of stuff with puff pastries and make hors d'oeuvres out of them, and they also make, I don't know, toppings for pot pies and crusts for different recipes. I mean, I guess there's just a lot of them. So, thinking of the cheese straws that I had seen a few weeks ago on one of the cooking recipes. I forgot to flour that. Yes, I did. And they were making cheese straws with them. And I thought, boy, those look good. I'd want to try that sometime. So with that in the back of my head, I guess, I was thinking, what could I do with this today? And I'm not really sure what the recipe was for the straws, but I could make up my own little pizza recipe and make some pizza twists instead of cheese straws. We'll make pizza straws is kind of what I was thinking. So we're going to, again, I must have plenty of flour underneath it because it's wanting to slide on me. And we're going to make another rectangle and hopefully be as big or bigger than the first one. They look pretty good. Okay, so now, let me see, what should I use first? I think I'll use a little bit of my tomato sauce. I got that out. And what I'm going to do with my tomato sauce is I'm going to add just a pinch of sugar to it. You can hear the timer going off. That means our oven has been preheated to 400 degrees. And you take about a teaspoon of sugar, add that in there. Kind of take some of the acidy bite out of the tomato sauce. Okay. That's an optional. You don't have to do that. We're going to spread up to a half inch border here. And I don't think it needs a lot of sauce. I don't want it drippy. I want it to just be there for flavor. So we're going to do this. We'll find out. If I think it's a little light on tomato sauce this time, I'll add more the next time. And that's just how you learn what you like and what you don't like when you're making up a recipe like this. And I don't think this doesn't take a lot of, it's not like I'm baking, so it's not like it takes a lot of math or, you know, things like that for this. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. Just lightly covered. Now we'll take our pepperonis here in my ever vigilant sidekick is down here on the floor because she knows I got pepperoni out. So, come here, Daisy. Come here. There you go. Good dog. Excuse me here. I have an alarm going off on a program I've got going. So now we're just going to place the pepperoni right along here, all the way around. I'll be back as soon as I get all those on. Okay, we have all the pepperonis on our puff pastry dough. Now we're going to use a little mozzarella cheese. And like I said, I've never done this. It's new. I don't even know if it'll work. I just hope it does. I think will be absolutely yummy if it does. Don't want too much cheese in it because it'll just come flying out if we do. I'm not measuring any of this. You just go by sight. Just kind of like I'm doing here. Give a little drizzle. The mozzarella cheese. Let's do that. I'll put a little bit of parm on this. I'm going to cover it with parm on the top too, give it kind of a crusty top. So let's just do a little drizzle across here. Now I have to get my puff pastry sheet here. Let's hope we can get this on right. Get over here. Okay. Should have used this one. I think this one was a little smaller. Well, we'll make it work. We're just going to make it work. Just roll this over a little bit on this end. We'll roll this one under just a little bit. Enough down there and down here. We're going to leave the ends open and hope that that comes out okay. I was going to roll them up, like fold them over too, but I'll leave them like that. Now I got 2 pans ready because I don't know how many straws I can get on one tray. So here's one, and I'm using the non-stick aluminum foil because it fits my pan so nicely. Now I need a brush and my pizza cutter. Aha! That didn't get moved. That's good. Okay, we're going to, let's go thirds this way. Let's do those in half again because we're making cheese straws, so we don't want them very wide. And then we'll decide how long to cut them across. Maybe do a third. Let's do a third across and a third across. That'll give us 18. Now comes the tricky part. I've never twisted cheese straws or any kind of puff pastry straw. So, oh, wait. I forgot to put my egg wash I have ready on. Where is my egg wash? Oh, over here. Got egg wash ready. I could put some seasonings on the top and get a nice browning on the top. Or if I have enough of this left, I might do them again. I should have left the egg white in there and did a complete egg wash instead of just the egg yolk wash. But because I've had extra left. This is just perfect for what I've got here. Okay, there you go. Now I will put on a little bit of oregano. Just sprinkle that across there lightly. And get some of my garlic powder out. Wish I could, here, let me turn this a little bit so you can see better what I'm doing. Just lightly sprinkling with some garlic powder, not salt, garlic powder. And then we'll take a little bit of parm. On top of this. I think that'll work. We're going to find out just as soon as we bake them, aren't we? Okay. Okay, so you can see kind of what I'm going to do here. I'm going to turn them. That was easy. Whoops. Turn them with the cheese and butter out. There's the first two. And spillage. Okay. Just again. It's a little tricky. I can get 4 crossed. I think I can get 3 rows. I think I can get 12, and I've only got 18, so we're doing good. I can't get them all on one pan, so just twisting and laying down. And they're holding their shape, which is nice, except I'm spilling out pepperonis, which is not good. Now, I won't do it because I just like things like this plain, not a dipper really. But what you could do is warm up the leftover, because I've got a lot of leftover tomato sauce. I'm losing some of my parm off of them too. Okay, there's 8. 9. So 9 and 9 will make our 18 on each pan. I think I'll turn some of them the other way towards the cheese on the inside there. See if that makes a difference in our straws. These are going to be so good. I just know they are. We used to go to a restaurant when we lived in Florida. It was a Cheddar's, and they've got them up here. And I got their chicken pot pie one day. And they do a puff pastry crust on top of it. It was so good. I'm only going to bake one pan at a time. Let's get this out of here. Okay, let's get this going. I would guess we're going to try 15 minutes. I don't know how long it takes puff pastry. What's the box say? What did I do with the box? Here's a recipe on here, and it bakes it for 15 minutes. So they're little pinwheels, but I think it'd be about the same as these little straws. So let's put it in for 15 minutes. And I'll be back and we'll check out how they turn out and put the other one in the oven. So stick with me, people. I'll be right back. Hi, everybody. Timer went off. I haven't even looked at them yet. Let's see. I think they look done. Let them rest here a minute. The other pan in. I'll be right back as soon as they're cool enough to check. Hi everybody, welcome back. These have cooled off enough, but I really think they could use maybe a little more cook on them. Oh, they smell and look so good. But let's taste one, see. Really good. They could probably use another 3 or 4 minutes, but it's good the way it is. But I think I'll leave the other ones in a little longer, and I might put those back in for another 3 or 4 minutes. But just for a quick made-up snack that's pretty quick to do, you can have it. You can make them and have them done and ready to eat in 30 minutes or less. So I say if you need to make an appetizer to take somewhere or something, some finger food party you're going to, then I would definitely do something like this with any toppings you want. Just put straw in between them if you, or straw. Just put cheese in between them if you want, and make a dipping sauce of your liking. Garlic butter would be pretty good on the pizza ones. And just experiment. Go for it. I mean, these are going to be a great snack. This is my lunch today will be a couple of those. So since we're going out to eat tonight, I don't want to have too much for lunch. I want to save it for dinner. So, y'all, stay happy as you can. Work at it every day. It's not something that always comes easy for some of us. I'm a pretty happy person most of the time. But everybody has their struggles every day, or sometimes just a few days a month. So just try to remember that when you're having a bad day, not to take it out on anybody else. It's not their fault. And try to be as kind and helpful and friendly as you can be. So that's my motto. So keep the joy and happiness in your heart, y'all, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching.